just had a 100-year birthday celebration for one of our members.
Oh, wow.
He was a World War II veteran, got shot down, he was flying, he was a gunner, a bubble gunner, that's the guy on top of the B-29.
Yeah.
And he got shot down twice. The last time he got shot down, he really lauded his pilot, because the guy nursed the plane on 2 engines, and they landed in an island in the middle of the Mediterranean, which was Allied occupied, and it turned out it was a resort, and he had a lovely place to stay.
It was great story.
And I told him when I was going, you know, someday I'm gonna be a 002.
If I had to land somewhere, that's where you want to land.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This is
Yep, okay.
well, there's
so
our last
this
best pictorial.
is our burn supper, which was last
Those are our Highland dancers.
January.
Mhm.
This little girl right here, this is the 12-year-old. Now she got a scholarship this year. This one got a scholarship last year, and they're sisters.
And she's going to Glasgow to compete
Yes.
at the highest level.
The highest level.
Really? Right here in Sebastian?
Mhm.
Well,
Well, she-
they're from
Where are they
near
from?
the Orlando area.
Okay.
But it's
Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a boy who's got a bagpipe, and he's in Sebastian.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to camp for
He's
bagpipe.
going to-
And they have a camp in South Carolina, which teaches all things Scottish.
Wow. And you're part of this bigger group, and we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah,
Let's intro ourselves a little
Oh,
bit.
okay, sure.
Nicholas Sanzone, your tourism director for Sebastian River Area Chamber of Commerce.
I'm Steve Hicks, membership director and events coordinator for the for the Sky Society of the Treasure Coast.
And I'm Kay Hicks. I'm the current president of the Scottish Society of the Treasure Coast.
Well, thanks so much for taking some time to sit down with us today.
Sure.
This is part of our Visit SRA newsletter, and we're just thrilled to have you. We were kind of talking before we got started. I'm going to join, as on my
Okay.
mother's side, I have the Scottish heritage, and I'll be the 100th member.
Yes, you
Is that
And I
right?
bribed him with a dram of good scotch.
I'll take that. That's quite the treat. So we do this every month. We interview one of our tourism members.
Okay.
It's been going on for a long time. If people want to visit our website, there's a whole section with 3, 4, 5, 6 years of older interviews,
Okay.
all written. We just started this format with the video, so thanks for participating and getting some YouTube content out there. So what we were just talking about was these lovely folks here, and she's going to Glasgow,
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, to dance at the
Yeah.
highest level.
That's
fantastic.
In her division, yes.
Okay, well, we'll get the interview started the old-fashioned way. We're going to read a couple questions.
Sure.
You've already provided me with some of the answers, so we get a little bit of a good conversation going. So we'll start with a brief history of the Scottish Society of the Treasure Coast and how it came to be. So who wants to jump in and take the lead on that one?
I'll take this one. The Scottish Society was founded and incorporated in 1995 after 3 local people from Vero Beach, Joyce Smith, Mac Grady, and Remsen Paul, organized a Kirkin of the Tartan in February. And then they organized a luncheon in Vero in order to gauge the interest in the project. There were 70 attendees at the first luncheon in March, and shortly thereafter, our wonderful society was born. We are a Florida registered charitable organization governed by a board of directors, and we're all unpaid volunteers.
Thank you. Unpaid volunteers make the world go round. Every organization I've ever been a part of, Chamber of Commerce included, we have ambassadors in there, kind of like unpaid volunteers, which you'd be great ambassadors, by the way. For the folks at home and for myself, can you remind me, organized a Kirkin of the Tartans?
What's a kirkin?
Yeah, and what's a tartan too, for the folks at home that might not know.
Okay, sure.
A tartan is a traditional plaid or plaid, depending on how you want to say it.
Mhm.
And what those colors in the plaid mean are your local region, and things that are predominant in your region, you'll add those colors to your plaid, and that's held by the clans. What a kirkin is, kirk means church in Gaelic,
Okay.
and the kirkin started right after the Jacobite insurrection was put down. The British won, and that was the Battle of Culloden. That's where Bonnie Prince Charlie was defeated. And from then on, for a number of years, I think close to 60 years, he was even up to and including a capital offense to wear the tartan or play the bagpipes.
Really?
And so the clans did not want to give that up. And so the one place where the British military couldn't come into was the church or the kirk. And so what the kirking is the clans would come into the church and then display their tartans, and have the pipers would play, and they'd be blessed by the minister.
fantastic. I like a good expression of personal freedoms
Yeah.
in that society at that time.
In ours, we have.
And now we do it as a homage.
Mhm.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, I didn't get to wear, like I said, mine today, but it's got the green, blue, and red, I believe.
Okay.
So I guess red would be if there was any like red berries in the region, maybe, something like that.
Or maybe possibly red rock in the hills.
Okay, there you go.
Always a good sunset.
Flowers.
Flowers as well
Flowers,
would be
yeah.
a reason why. So like yellow flowers, you might see the yellow in there,
Mhm.
like on your tie.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a Stuart black, hunting black is what this one is.
Okay.
My clan is Stuart.
Stewart. My mother's was Beatty and McDonald.
Oh,
Okay.
so you have.
Mine
a
is
good
actually Stuart, McDonald, McBain, and Hicks, so I'm a mutt.
Okay, well, I mean, there's a lot of that mixing in the
Yeah.
mud. Well, great. That's a great way to kind of get us started. Let's look at the mission a little bit. How does it
Okay.
connect with the local community? Because tourism is one of the great things that brings some folks to the area to learn about the area, and the community is what they're here to learn about. So the chamber promotes both. So I like the tie-in. So how does it kind of connect with that?
Okay, so the corporation was formed to promote and encourage the study and the public recognition of the art, the history, the literature, the folklore, the cuisine, the traditions, and the contributions of Scotland, and also the Scottish people. So the Scottish Society's mission connects with our local community. We offer scholarships, we offer grants, we have traditional functions, as well as educational opportunities. We are, we work with the Brevard Scottish Country Dancers,
Okay.
And they
So-
offer free lessons.
and they offer
Free lessons.
Oh, they're
Yes,
Scottish.
on Monday.
That's fantastic.
And then, also, we have our newest research group is our genealogy special interest group. And what we do is we meet at the main library. We have 2 members who go to the main library in Vero Beach, and we teach how to do research.
Mm.
And the main library offers us free service as well.
Wow.
So we have to let people know about that.
One of our 2 members have been doing genealogical research, each of them for over 20 years each. They're very
Really?
professional in what they do.
Very well.
Do they work with Indian River County? I know Indian River County has a good historical genealogical kind of group over there as well.
Yeah.
Yep, they do.
Nice.
do.
And a lot of the programs are available at the library free of charge. You can do research.
So if they're visitors or if they're locals alike, they both
They
have
can-
this resource they
You
can
just
use.
need a library card.
All they need is a library card. Yeah,
Everybody should have a library card.
there you go.
Great. Well, I love that. And we talked a little bit about like the events, and I know we're gonna kind of get into that a little bit more as we
Yes.
go down, so I won't jump ahead. So what draws people to the Scottish heritage culture here in Florida? Because there is a good bit of it.
Well, yeah, people are drawn to the Scotch Society for many diverse reasons. For our events, our programs, our ancestry, our Scottish country dancing, and we also put up pavilions, and we attend the Vero Beach polo matches over on Highway 60 at Point West, which is a lot of fun. And we do offer champagne, but the volunteers have to donate, of course. Then we also have the sound of the bagpipes.
Yeah. I love the sound of like bagpipes, growing up, watching movies like Highlander,
Oh, yeah.
both and the TV show as well, was always that kind of fun thing that connected me to something beyond myself. And then Braveheart comes out, and I know that there's a lot of feelings about the authenticity of it, but just
Yes.
as a kid, there wasn't a lot of that representation in mass media,
No.
and it was nice to kind of see something that would then spark an interest where then I could go start connecting with the historical societies, genealogical societies, and learning more about myself, asking my mom those questions, learning about our heritage.
That's very good.
It's always
Outlander
interesting.
came on, and that's gone forever.
Yeah. She watches that one. So the dancing is something that I really like and want to talk about a little bit, but also made me think of all the Renaissance fairs. Do you guys ever go to any of those and participate in any
We
of that?
go to Highland Games.
Highland Games. Okay, cool. That's great. So that brings us to major events and festivals.
Yeah, our major events include the celebration of our patron saint, St. Andrew.
Mhm.
Then we have our Burns Supper celebrating the poet Robert Burns. Then we have a Scottish afternoon tea and a Crooking of the Tartans, which would be at
It will be at the
Westminster Church.
Westminster Presbyterian Church in Vero Beach.
Okay.
last year. We had the entire Vero Beach Pipe and Drum Band present as well.
Really? Do we have a date on that? I'd love to help promote that.
It is
yes.
yet to be determined.
Yet to be
The
determined,
curtain is
okay.
gonna be,
Yeah.
it will be in April, I can tell you that.
April, okay,
Yeah,
so we'll make a
it will
little
be
TBD in April.
Yes, so we'll get you the date.
And all of these events are open to the general public. You will enjoy colorful speeches. One of our members, his last name is Auld, his first name is James. Auld is as in the song Auld Lang Syne.
Oh,
His great
yeah.
great grandfather was Auld, and Robert Burns wrote that song for his great great grandfather. So there's a bit of historical
So we've got
connection.
some history.
Really?
Burn Supper is a great event.
You'll
Wow,
wanna go to
okay,
that one.
yeah.
That's the best, that's the
There'll
best.
be-
I'll put that one down and
There'll be,
underline it. There you
Musical
go.
presentations, including the Highland Dancers, as we mentioned, and the iconic dress of Scotland. We encourage everyone that comes to our events to please dress in Highland garb. It's not required,
Mm.
but it's,
As close as you can get.
yeah. Not every guy is comfortable putting on a kilt.
Utility kilts
Yeah.
was one of my first kilts that
Oh,
I
there you
bought,
go.
and they're unfortunately doesn't quite fit, so I need a new one.
Do.
But maybe I'll get an authentic one this time.
Yeah, find out what your clan tartan is,
Mhm.
and there's lots of companies that can hook you up for relatively reasonable rates.
Do that. I like an excuse to get into the theme of
And
things.
we also recommend that our tourists consider attending the Central Florida Highland Games in Winter Springs. It's near Orlando.
Okay.
And we're gonna be present, at those games, and we'll have a booth, and we're also taking our travel trailer, and they'll be on site for the 2 days of the event.
So they come to Sebastian, they stay here, they drive to the Highland Games
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
event,
Mhm.
come back and relax in Sebastian,
And
make a
then-
weekend of it.
The Hilton there offers special rates if you're attending the event, and they also have shuttle buses, so you don't have
Oh.
to deal with all the traffic.
Fantastic, yeah. Wanna try not to deal with all that traffic.
You might wanna mention our pub nights too.
Oh, yeah, we also have pub nights. We had our last 2 pub nights at Fellsmere at
Oh.
Marsh Landing, and our next one is scheduled here at Woody's.
Great, okay.
And that's gonna be in September.
In September.
The
And the
19th.
point of that, we're gonna be showing,
It's on September 19th.
Yes.
Alright, well, we'll promote that, cause on September 18th is our Denim and Diamonds media auction, lifestyle
Oh,
media
okay,
auction.
then.
right.
So we'll make sure that we, put a little something out there about that.
All right,
Last year,
we'll
we
get you
spent
a flyer.
5 weeks touring
Yeah.
Scotland and I personally drove on the other side of the road and did lots of things, and we'll be showing some of those 1,300 pictures and talking about how to travel. Some of our members are travel agents as well, and good ways of going about things.
Nice, and that's September 19th at Woodward's.
Woody's.
Yeah, we'll have the back room.
Yeah, the lady's name there is Kathy.
Yeah,
She says-
she's helping us out, they're
There
doing
you
the
go.
catering for our event the day before.
Okay.
Oh, okay, great.
So
Oh,
she's
okay.
super busy.
Yes, she
Good
is.
job on Kathy. Some opportunities for seasonal residents and tourists to attend these gatherings. You know, like you said, they're all open to the public.
Yeah,
which
they're
is
all open to
great.
the general public, and we encourage them to come, and we do advertise in the local papers to let the tourists know. what
And
we're
if they
doing.
come by the chamber, we'll let them know as well, we'll get those
Absolutely.
flyers out. I love that it's so inviting, like, there's a very inviting feel that, you bring to the community, because it's something that you're happy and proud to share, that is just part of your culture, it's so nice to kind of look back and see history, to get an idea of what was and what works, to bring into the present day of what's fun and like fulfilling.
If you've never seen the Highland Dancers before.
I have. I love it.
Especially
I love
the
it.
younger ones,
Yeah,
they are phenomenal.
yeah, that's what we're talking about here, right? These are
Yes.
the Highland
They did
dances.
a great job with the sword dance.
Yes.
Sword dance.
Yes,
you
oh,
gotta
it's
see
a,
it.
Yeah?
it's a Scottish tradition, goes back to battle, combat. When a gentleman was taken in battle, they would lay the swords and they would dance around
Oh,
the swords,
yes.
celebrating the fact that they were victorious.
Yes.
They
Hmm.
didn't have any holes.
Right, that's a reason to celebrate.
Uh,
We'll move on and we'll talk about the traditions, the music and the dance. We're kind of already talking about that a little bit.
Oh,
which
sure,
is-
sure.
I love an organic conversation, kind of moves itself, but
Yeah,
tell
and
me a little
our-
more.
At our events, like I said previously, we ask everyone attending to please wear Highland dress, but it's not essential.
Mhm.
If you're a tourist, don't come in a t-shirt, you know. Semi-formal is good
Something,
for most
yeah,
of our events.
more classy.
And there will be pipe and drum music as well as Highland dancers, and once again, please try to attend the Highland Games
Mhm.
at Winter Springs near Orlando.
Yeah.
It's in January.
And then there's a number of other events, and we'll post these in the article. So
Okay.
in the article, we'll make sure that we get a little either links or information about these. The first one is the St. Andrew celebration, Thursday, November 20th. That's at 5 p.m. at the Point West Country Club in Vero Beach. And then, as you mentioned, the Highland Games, January 17th to the 18th. That's in 2026, so
Yes.
plenty of time to prepare for that.
Yes.
And then the Burn Supper, which we mentioned earlier, again in January 25th, 5 p.m. at Point West Club in Vero Beach. So Point West Club in Vero Beach sounds like they're really involved with the club.
We've tried a lot of different venues, and this has worked out the best for us.
Okay.
They're very accommodating, they do a great job, good service, and the room is big enough.
That's important.
We opened up for Burn Supper, we'll take the entire area, and we'll have.
How many people?
We'll have over 100.
75 or 100.
And they fit in the room just fine.
Oh, there's plenty of room.
Plenty of room.
Yeah, they'll probably see, I think it's 160 is maximum.
Okay. Well, let's fill the room, folks. Let's fill that room.
Sure, you won't be disappointed.
Oh,
And then afternoon tea, not to be missed, March 22nd, again at Point West Country Club. So this is where we move to the cultural impact section. This is the part that I really like, is the culture. Tell us about how you partner with other businesses. We just mentioned the country club, so that's a nice partnership there.
Take a look at.
and the Scottish Society works with the Vero Beach, Sebastian, and the Sebastian Chamber of Commerce. We contribute to a lot of events locally, and we purchase advertising locally also in several local publications. We put out a lot of flyers and a lot of membership applications at each one of the offices at Vero Beach and at Sebastian. And we have information regarding all of our events and also some historical information and genealogy. And there's a lot of things that people, even if you're here just for a short time, you can look up genealogy, you can do ancestry research.
It's a real nice website.
It's
I mean, I will
great.
say, really well, whoever
Oh, you
maintains
okay?
that, it's a really nice website, real easy to navigate.
Yeah.
And just also like aesthetically, I think organized and kind of pretty almost.
Okay.
That's very much like the
Yeah,
functionality
that's
of it.
Mason Russell that does that.
The website, no.
Great.
No, the website, oh, the website.
The website, no,
is,
that's Doug Wood.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate to have a gentleman who's an IT specialist come in and pick up the ball and run with it for us.
A Scottish background somewhere
Oh,
in there?
yes.
Well, of course.
Of
Yes.
course. So that's kind of the interesting thing too, is so a lot of these partnerships and these members that you have, because you have how many members now? 100 members, yeah.
800.
So there's a good number of them, and it seems that the businesses, you might go in and realize, oh, hey, this person that runs, this business has some Scottish background, and then they join, and then they become part of it, and then it helps build that community.
Well, actually, our monthly board meetings are conducted at the back room at Sean Ryan's in Vero Beach.
Oh,
How can you have a better place?
I'll
right?
have to make it down there then, yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
sure,
you will.
everyone's invited who's a member to attend all of our board meetings. We want
Okay.
as much input as we can, we want everyone to give us ideas, we all only wanna get better.
Great, yeah, I've been to a few board meetings, so I could help with kind of how a board meeting functions effectively,
sure.
kind of a perspective.
We've got 7 board members.
Perfect, yeah, enough to get quorum.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, we're talking about some traditions a little bit, so, what are some traditions that you can highlight that people might not expect to find here on the Treasure Coast?
Well, we've already talked about the Vero Beach Pipes and Drums. Ken and I were both members of the band a few years back.
What'd you play?
I didn't know how to play, and in Vero Beach magazine, I saw there's a piper on the cover, and I said, well, they're looking for people to join. Well, I'm not musically trained, but I'll just go check it out. I walk in the door, and Jacob Craig said, you're gonna be our bass drummer. And so I trained by a lady named Sheila, and she had been a drummer as much as a Macy's parade and other major events. So
Wow.
we trained for a long time, but the trick to being a drummer at the Vero Beach Pipe and Drum Band is when all the pipes are tuning up, they're all out of tune, we go outside and then and practice. And Kate played
Let them tune first,
yeah, I played the bass and
I
Kate played the tenor
I
drum.
played the tenor.
And she does tassels. And
Oh, very
not
fun.
tassels,
Yeah.
but
The streamer kind of
Yeah,
a thing, yeah?
yeah.
Those are fun. Color Guard, I think they call them. Some different organizations,
Could be.
Could be.
and
Yeah.
if I forget, there's a few names for different ones, but that's fun. Bagpipes, just a little diversion, because I'm curious, and I imagine some other folks might be. Can I learn how to play bagpipes if I join the Scottish Society?
Yes, we can hook you up with a number of people
Yes,
to
we
teach.
can.
Jacob Craig is probably the most accomplished.
Oh, there we go.
And there's a
the,
picture of,
picture of the Vero Beach.
There you guys are
drums.
too. Look
Yeah.
at that. That's a nice shot.
and one of our,
Yeah, there you go.
our
So I have
members,
that there.
one of our members, his
That's
name,
nice.
his name is Liam, and we just attended the military tattoo at Edinburgh Castle, and
Oh.
that's where highest level pipe bands from around the world come and perform. And Liam was at the Citadel Military College. He's been a bagpiper. We met him when he was this tall, and now he's as tall as me.
A little bit more.
And yeah, and he was performing, and we're listening. We played the pipe and drum. That's going to be traditional, right?
Yeah.
Well, have you ever seen guys play the bagpipes and do the Charleston? It was really quite
That's
incredible.
impressive.
It was good.
It was good.
Yeah, it was
Singing
nothing
and
like-
dancing.
Oh yeah, and the colors, the light show that the castle put on was just fantastic. An hour and a half of just tremendous entertainment.
So you come to town, either you live here or you come to visit, and you learn about yourself, the culture, the heritage, and things that are going on all over the world.
Right.
And Jacob Craig, he teaches bagpipes, so
Yes.
he's one of our instructors.
And there's several other very skilled pipers that will also teach as
Yes.
well.
I've always wanted to give it a try. At
You
least
start
'cause-
with a chanter, which looks like a flute,
Mhm.
and then from there you
You
move.
work your way.
Yeah, you wanna make sure you don't
Smart.
hurt anybody
Right.
first with the sound.
So that kind of brings us into a little bit of the younger generations.
Yeah.
Remember, so people come in with their families to visit or living here and having their kids grow up. Maybe they want to know more about it. Tell me a little bit about how do we engage the next generation.
Well, we encourage young people to apply for our scholarships. We like them to pursue their interests, if it's piping, or if it's drumming, or if they like the Highland dancing. We've given out 5 scholarships this year in 2025, so we encourage people to enter and put in our applications for those scholarships, because we want to help out as many young people as we can.
And you gave away how many?
5 this year.
5 this year, and 2 of them are in here?
2 of them are in here,
So
and
this
the
is-
youngest one was 12, and she's on the end down
Two
there,
ladies
on
in
the
the
right.
blue.
Right
And then the
there,
other lady's
yeah.
18, and they're sisters.
Oh, they're sisters, that's
Yeah,
fun.
they're sisters.
And they're gonna go to Scotland.
Yes,
Is that right?
she's going to Scotland. She's gonna
That's
be
so
competing at the international level.
So it's very exciting when you see someone who, our 2 youngest dancers that we had this year, I think were 6. And it's so fun to watch them from year to year, because their skills increase dramatically, and it's wonderful. You can also see the Highland dancers at the Central Florida Highland Games. They have competition there every year in January.
Okay, and that was when we're talking about our event section.
Right.
Mhm.
Great, and I think, the kids seeing other kids do it too, really helps them connect.
Yes.
That way you keep that tradition going. Visitor experience, folks bring their kids to the area, so that's another good exposure for the kids to kind of see other kids doing that.
Oh, sure.
And then for the other folks that come to visit, they go to your website, they learn about what's going on. That website again is www.scottishsocietyofthetreasurecoast.com, all one word, and we'll put it out here, something about like that.
Okay, good.
Make sure everybody can get a link to that as well, put that in our newsletter. And then demonstrations and the public performances, cultural programs that visitors can attend, all of them are open to the public.
Yes, every one of our events is open to the general public.
Which is great. That's the idea, is to share the heritage.
We want to reach out to the community and help more people come in and enjoy the camaraderie that we have. We get along very well and have a great time.
And folks like myself that have a Scottish background can get involved by contacting an email, which is tcscot membership@gmail.com.
And one thing is, you don't have to be Scottish at all
No.
to join us, but if you don't like the bagpipes, I don't recommend it.
There's something about the Scottish ear that just enjoys the bagpipe, I think, a little bit more than maybe some other folks do. And then over the next few years, you have a few goals about expansion and continuing on the tradition. So tell us a little bit more about that.
The Society wants to expand its events and encourage tourists to attend our events as well. We also want to extend the outreach program. We want to increase our membership. As of today, we have 100 members in our society, and they're varied. We have young members and older members and people with children and grandchildren, and we want to increase the events especially.
But we want to also work with many of the local organizations
Yeah.
to work together to have an outreach for people and
Mhm.
let people just understand a little bit about what we are. we don't all wear blue and kilts, and we're not the Highlander, but we have a good time.
And we can help with that. Chamber will help connect with a lot of the other businesses, get you into some of those different pub nights, and make sure that they have opportunities to experience Scottish culture right here in Sebastian, the Treasure Coast. So let's just a little bit about the influence on the Treasure Coast. Tell us a little more about those experiences that the visitors can have, fun extra events for social media kind of stuff, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the Sebastian tartan that we want to create.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead, you can talk about the tartan.
Oh, okay, well, I'll talk about the tartan then. If we're gonna create a tartan, and a tartan is traditional plaid, and the colors of that plaid represent generally things in the region that define that particular section of Scotland, or any other place. Right now, there's over 1,800 plaids, and Budweiser has a legal plaid, by the way. There's a society that rules on those. But for this region, I would suggest that we use the color blue for our beautiful waterways.
Absolutely.
The color green for all the incredible vegetation that we have here. Gold or red for our beautiful sunsets, and white for our great cloud formations.
And that just tells me Sebastian. It feels very much like the area, the Indian River County area, the Treasure Coast area. The sunshine pouring through in the early morning. Looks like that golden light of the treasure reflecting in the Treasure Coast. So I agree completely. Those are some great colors for that.
Agree.
And as we were talking about, just down the street, we got Sweet Time Quilting, who is a quilting business that could help maybe
Do some
knit
lines.
together, stitch together a tartan or two.
Yeah, it'd be great.
That'd be great.
And then we can auction it off or something at one of our concerts in the park.
Oh,
Sure.
okay, sure.
That could be a lot of fun. And then,
And we can also bring in the donated kilts and dresses that we have, and we'll have those in the park where we will sell them, and all those proceeds will go strictly and only to our scholarship fund.
okay, great. When it comes to Scottish food and cuisine, people have a lot of different ideas about it. I've enjoyed some haggis here and there over the years, and I was just talking with you guys and learned a little bit that it may not have been exactly right here in the States. So tell me a little bit about the traditional version of our Scottish dishes.
Well, I think the one dish I would recommend that would be easiest for tourists to acquire here would be shepherd's pie made with lamb, and you want to accompany that with a healthy dram of single malt Scotch. Now, traditional haggis in Scotland is made with a lot of the parts of the goats that we don't necessarily consider all that edible, where here it is ground lamb, black pepper, and baked in as lamb stuff. And
With barley.
And with barley. And we present that at our burnt supper. And it's also recommended that you pour a dram of single malt Scotch over it as the gravy.
And what makes Scotch Scotch and not whiskey?
Well, Scotch is a unique form of whiskey, but it's called whiskey, which is water of life in Gaelic in Scotland. And once it leaves Scotland, you can call it Scotch. We just spent 5 weeks in Scotland, and if I'd have called it Scotch, they looked at me with glazed eyes. They wouldn't have known what I was talking
Because
about.
it's whiskey.
And you take the peat, you use peat to fire it, they fire the barley, and then it's distilled and put into casks or kegs that will last
For years.
For years, yes.
Years and years.
Yeah.
That makes it better and better, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
We went to the Talisker Distillery on Isle of Skye in our travels, and we decided on the 10-year-old was great. We had a 40-year-old that just kind of, well, my socks fell off.
Ooh. Little two seasons.
A little much, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think the last thing we can probably end with is a little mystery, a little mythology of Scotland, because Scotland is steeped in the history and mystery.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about this story of the lion and the unicorn.
Yeah, this is a true story. This actually happened in Scotland. Most countries have a national animal or a national bird. Well, Scotland has a mythical creature called the unicorn. And this was added by Robert the Bruce, who is one of the early kings of Scotland in response to Edward, King Edward, Richard, I'm sorry, English King
Longshanks?
Richard, yes. who you've probably seen in some of the movies, they chose the lion as theirs. And the reason is, we chose the unicorn because it is the only animal that can defeat the lion in battle. And, well, you know, the English and the Scots have not always gotten along all that well.
Those boundaries tend to move over the years. But I will say, you know, the good story of Scottish heroes over time, protecting their land and
Yes.
freedom. It's something that I think everybody can identify with, if they're Scottish or not.
Agreed.
In our visit to Scotland, you couldn't live long enough to visit all the castles that actually exist in
Really?
Scotland. Yeah, I thought the number's in the thousand.
Yes,
It's over
it is.
1,000.
It's over 1,000.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's even more than I ever imagined.
Yeah, we saw some beautiful castles. There's a traditional castle, Stirling Castle we have heard of, or Edinburgh Castle where we were in Edinburgh. We watched the military tattoo, which was a wonderful show. I highly recommend that anybody who can travel to Scotland. The people are warm and friendly, and the food is fantastic.
Well, there you go, folks. You heard it here at the Chamber, talking with the Scottish Society of Treasure Coast about all the great things that you can do right here in Sebastian and learn while you're living here, visiting here, about Scottish heritage. Again, I'm Nicholas Sanzone, your tourism director. I want to thank Kay and Steve so much for coming on and joining us today. And check out our next episode with Captain Bob. We're going to go airboating with Captain Bob and tell you a little bit more about all the other fun things to do here in the area. And until then, is there a Scottish saying we can end with, maybe? Is there?
Well, a toast would be Slanjava.
Slanjava.
There you go.
Fantastic. Well done. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.